So a lot of stuff has happened in the world lately, and I haven't really been uploading as frequently as I used to, but I'm gonna go ahead and start uploading some more videos here on this channel because I want to help y'all get through your boredom if you're in isolation or whatever. And one of the things that has happened to the world is this whole I guess freeze of Hollywood. So several movies have been delayed, some of them for a year, like Fast and Furious 9, some of them for just a few months. I know that several summer films have been postponed, and one of the big ones that was going to be postponed is Black Widow. Now, I've been looking forward to Black Widow for a while now, and there's been a leak that came out that I was reading about the other day that I wanted to discuss here on this channel. Now, before I go into it, okay, this is a unverified spoiler. In other words, I don't know if it's real or not. It's probably not real, but there's enough interesting tidbits and enough of an interesting twist here that it could actually be real. So, again, I am not saying this is a real spoiler. I don't know if it is. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie yet. It's been postponed from its original May release date. But just to be safe, I'm letting you know now, before I go any further, if you do not want to be spoiled on Black Widow, click off the video. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your time. And that's okay. It's cool. But we're about to get into the spoiler right now. So I'll give you a couple seconds here to click off. You should be able to do it now. And okay, let's get into Black Widow. So Kevin Feige was saying for a while that this movie is going to add more layers to Black Widow's death in Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, the one character that didn't really make it back, besides, of course, Iron Man, who's still in holographic form, was, of course, Black Widow from the original 6 Avengers. She's the one that did not make it because they had to sacrifice her to get the Soul Stone. Now, there's all these rumors about how they might go into the Soul Stone and this, that, and the third and get her out and things like that, time travel. She still exists in alternate timelines, so there is a chance of them bringing her back that way, but that's not what the spoiler here says. Now, you have to remember that this film takes place after Avengers Civil War, but before Avengers Infinity War. That's where this movie takes place. After Civil War, but before Infinity War, so it's during that gap. So it's before Endgame, obviously. The spoiler for the movie, supposedly, this is not like the John Connor spoiler that I got for Terminator Dark Fate that wound up being accurate. This is an actual, not too sure about this one, but supposedly one of the big twists is going to be that at some point in the Black Widow movie, Black Widow, aka, Natasha Romanoff, she gets her face changed with another one of the widows, another one of the Russian Black Widows. Specifically, it's supposed to be Yelena Belova, aka Florence Pugh's character. The character who was also trained in the Red Room with Black Widow, and she's going to be her sidekick in the film. So what this essentially means for Avengers Endgame, and this does correlate with what Kevin Feige said, because he said that when you see this movie, you'll look at the Avengers Endgame sacrifice of Black Widow to be even more, or very different, is that Natasha's still alive in her body, so to speak, if that makes sense, or in her own body, but they change faces, like Face Off, with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Now, I have mixed opinions about this, because even though I find it to be very clever and an easy way to cop out of her dying, it is, at the end of the day, a cop out. I feel like her sacrifice was very powerful. Perhaps not as powerful on screen as Tony Stark's, but still very powerful. But I also feel like this is something that we've seen a little bit too much from the MCU. There's been a lot of, quote, fake deaths happen in the MCU. Loki happened to, and I don't mean the last time, I mean prior in the older films. Not in Avengers Infinity War, I mean before that. It's happened to Nick Fury in Captain America Winter Soldier. We've seen these, Bucky's another one, we've seen these characters that are supposedly thought to have been dead actually be alive. It's happened many times, like I said. And doing this again, I feel, maybe cheapens her death a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a terrible... I don't hate it. It depends on how it's portrayed on screen. But at the same time, supposedly, if you go back and watch Endgame, there's supposed to be clues to this. Like the way that Natasha behaves in Endgame is slightly different to how she behaves in, the previous films, like, Age of Ultron and back. Again, I don't know if this is real or not. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think this is real? Is it BS? But also, if it is real, let me know how you feel about it. Because I have very mixed opinions on this, yo. Like, I'm very conflicted on this. Is it really going to cheapen the death, the sacrifice of Black Widow? Does it add layers to the character of Yelena? Is that what's going to happen? Like, I'm kind of floored when I read it. I was like, is that, and I'm pretty sure they got that from the comics. I'm pretty sure this happened at some point in the comics or something similar to this happened. I always think of Face Off from Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, but still, like, there could be something to this. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I look forward to reading your responses, and I'll talk to you soon. Remember to take care of yourself and each other.